How would you assess Austin's first half? Despite the struggling passing offense, he's put up some pretty good numbers.
Yeah,
so far.
Austin has put up good numbers. I think what I've been impressed with is I feel like Austin's maturing almost daily, and understanding what it takes to really play that position and be a dominant player. Tight end's a unique position to play because you're half the time you're a wide receiver, the other half the time you're an offensive lineman. And if you really want to be good, you have to put in the time and the effort and the film study in both phases if you want to be the complete player at that position. And I think he's recognizing that. I really feel like the last few weeks especially, he's starting to practice really well, which is carrying over to the games, not only in the passing game, but in the blocking side of it. So I've been pleased with him so far, but I really think his best days are still ahead of him. He's just really starting to figure it out. So we're excited about the second half of the season for Austin.
And his run blocking is where at this point?
I don't know. I only have it to compare what he was, and it's much improved from where he was.
Last year when you played basketball, you said it was kind of an experiment. In retrospect, what did you think about that? Moving forward, what do you think about it?
We'll deal with it at the end of the season, and we'll sit down and talk about it and what it means for him and for us and for the basketball team and all of that. I thought he showed quite a bit of competitive spirit when he got on the basketball floor, and I don't know how much it helped the basketball team in general, but I thought he showed and exuded quite a bit of competitive spirit. We'll just have to look at his year in total and what it does to him and his body and academically and socially and all those things that play into it to see what he wants to do again this year.
Did it hurt him like in the spring or anything with you? I mean, did it affect his football career?
I don't know. Well, again, it's something you kind of have to assess at the end of it all, and to see if fatigue is truly a factor, if conditioning, if weightlifting, if working on the fundamentals of football, if all those things were really a factor or not. We'll have to wait till the end.
Is it correct to assume, reputation in recruiting, it's a good thing to have, as you know, that you're athletes?
Well, we are, so I don't know if, we do let it be known that if guys would like to play two sports, the majority of guys that would like to are track type guys that like to do it. It is unique to have a basketball player. At times there could be baseball players that do it. So, but we are open to it. If the guy is physically capable and mentally capable of handling it, if he's mature enough to handle it. And Austin obviously is showing that.
Sark, you mentioned a couple times on Monday seeing signs of the old Keith Price on Saturday. Have you continued to see more signs of that play this week?
Yeah, I think he's practiced well the last 2 days. I think he's got a firm understanding of what we're trying to do. He's playing fast. At the end of the day, you look at Keith's game last week, he was 20 for 28 for about 200 yards, 2 touchdown passes. He ran for, I think, about another 50 or so yards. It's unfortunate that turnovers occurred, but if you remove the turnovers, he played a pretty good game against a really good defense, we're coming to find out. So we just got to take care of the football, and we're seeing that. I think that he's such a competitive guy, he'll find a way to do it.
You feel like it's coming at a really good time against a team that is going to score a lot of points. We're going to at least try to score a lot of points in Arizona.
It's coming at a good time, and just that we've got 6 more games to go. We have the second half of the season to play, and we're going to need to play good football in all 6 of these games to be successful. And it starts with Arizona. So on that aspect, the sooner it comes, it's a good time. We're going to need him to raise his level of play, as all of us need to raise our level of play for us to be successful in the next 6.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Michael Hartmanson? During the offseason, you said he was one of the hardest workers. I think expectations were pretty high for Michael coming into the year. Is he where you thought he would be, or is he a little bit behind? Where is Michael?
Well, I think Mike he's at a position where we've got a pretty good player in Austin who takes up a lot of space and time there. I think one thing for Michael is the transition from practice to the game, and understanding that the same way he practices is good enough to play in the games. And sometimes he gets into the games and he gets a little anxious at times. And so we're trying just to get him to relax and to calm down and play the way he's capable of playing, because that's good enough. And so that's been the biggest challenge for him. I think we'll get there. It just hasn't happened as quickly as maybe as I thought it would.